Is that an
There's
alternate? Is it an alternate universe, or just somebody just decided that it's
it's an
time?
alternate reality of
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
possible
okay.
future of the Marvel universe.
oh
But
yeah,
it,
Oh,
oh yeah, we live now. Uh,
Oh,
yeah,
I
I'll talk about it
underestimated
later.
Thanos' sharp-wittedness.
Yeah, I saw.
Good
Yeah, go ahead.
evening, UN Spacey Wolf Squadron. School Commander Wolf Tank. I'm your werewolf. Tonight we're doing an open topic conversation here, but we're gonna be keen on certain specific topics that I've decided to really share my thoughts on, and one of them has to do with the not so recent but still fresh in everybody's mind, the fact that they have the nerve to cancel the Queen of Pop. Is she the Queen of Pop or the Queen of what?
Soul.
soul, soul,
Soul.
Yeah, Queen
soul.
of Soul.
Mhm, mhm,
The
mhm.
Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin. And why? Because of her song known as Natural Woman. Apparently, You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman is harmful to the trans crowd.
Because of course they think that.
Mm-hmm.
You make me
Yes.
feel, you make me feel like a natural woman actually kills trans people.
Wow, where did I hear that before?
Oh, good Lord.
Like what? It's just not like some Voldemort Candyman type of thing.
Yeah, it is. It is. He's like, do not say the words. Natural woman?
Natural woman.
Heresy! Whee!
Looking out on the morning rain, I used to feel so uninspired, and when I knew I had to face another day, Lord, it made me feel so tired. Before the day I met you, life was so unkind, and you're the key to my peace of mind. 'Cause you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman invalidates trans people.
They are super sensitive people with problems with their mothers.
It's either they might have mommy issues or daddy issues or any parent issues really, because they have shit ton of issues
Yep.
and they
They
never
have.
resolve it.
Not
When
and
my
not to
soul was in the
mention they
lost
don't
and
appreciate.
found, you came along and came along to claim it. I didn't know just what was wrong with me till your kiss helped me name it. Now I'm no longer doubtful of what I'm living for. And if I make you happy, I don't need to do more. Cause you make me feel like a natural woman. This is a problem for these motherfuckers.
Of
Everything is a
course it is.
problem to them.
Everything is
Mm-hmm.
a problem to
Which
them. Everything is
yeah.
racist. Everything is political. Everything is blah, 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 blah. It's
Then
always
what's
been like,
Well,
not?
well,
well,
it's
uh,
well the issue is with these type of people they're giving actual transsexuals a bad name.
Yeah, they give anyone with a conscience, like anyone who believes, they give everybody basically a bad name. Like they're always sitting there making a bad name for somebody when the world's not even working in their favor. So then, even though in this day and age, some people would prefer to apologize, but yet even then, apologies don't work because nothing pleases them. So, what's best way to say to them?
fuck
Fuck
off.
you. Yeah, they just
Yep.
say fuck
Mm-hmm.
you.
Mhm.
Because people now people are the niceties of our society is collapsing. People are losing.
A song that was made around when was this made?
It doesn't matter. It is a classic song. It is one of the best songs ever written and ever performed. I think I think Diane Warren wrote the song. If I'm correct, I could be wrong. It is a
In
beautiful because
1967.
it is a
That
beautiful
came out in the
romantic
60s.
song.
Co-written by Carole King and Gary
Carole King.
Coleman.
Yeah, that's who it was.
Mm-hmm.
Producer Jerry Wexler.
It
Made
is
in the
a
60s, the late 60s, mind you. made in the late 60s, before any of these motherfuckers were even born, let alone made into what they are. So
What?
let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. A love song about a woman appreciating her man who was lonely, almost at her wit's end, at the end of her rope, is a problem for trans people.
Like
They
they
have a
say,
problem with this song. Then that means you must have a problem with a lot of the female-led songs that talk about appreciating their men then,
yeah,
or
Hmm.
female songs
Or
in general.
they
or they
say, they might say, hey,
they've been
why don't you be
scorned
yourself?
by their lover.
Yeah, they would say, hey, why don't you be yourself like around people? And yet they basically attack someone, and they would attack people just for being that. Like if it's not like in their own political views, like in their own views, like how they see it to you. Like appreciating someone for their sexuality, their race, their ethnicity, or by their gender or whatever. Treat
Or
people
their
that
dissenting
way, they're
viewpoint.
gonna do the same thing to you. And you wanna know what that is? Stereotyping.
Hmm.
I'm saying like that mission for wherever it's worth is a futile mission because you will have to cancel every female singer then, female performer
Every
of any
singer.
race.
No, you have to be canceling every singer of every type, of every race, be it men or women, because they're just gonna be going on and on and on and on at every
True.
song. Because that's the thing. It's a what do you
They
call
would
this?
cancel out the exceptions, and yet whenever there's an exception, even if in their own people, they get them out until there's nobody left except for themselves. That's why it's so futile.
Because it's a never-ending thing. It's like a grievance cycle, a whirlpool of just a never-ending complaining. Like, Mama, this person is bad to me. Just keeps on going. It's like every person is bad to you. What that means that the problem is you. That means you're the problem, not everybody else. But they won't understand that because they have no self
This is a war
Awareness.
on women,
awareness. Yeah.
or rather, this is a war on women that's waging upon themselves.
Yep. It was the intersectionalist to be specific.
Someone actually said this when actually talking about slavery, when slavery is just now a thing in the past now. It's just everyone's just now lets go of it. But now, because now we got these people who just think of slavery or racism back then, they just can never let it go.
Yep. You have to
Despite
think
we just
about
already
slave.
moved on, we just moved on from this stuff and just, okay, hey, we got this. And now, because now since everyone decides to bring this up and it's not a problem anymore, they can't let go of their pain.
It's
Not
not even let go of the pain.
not
It's
only
not even their pain. It never is their pain.
not
It's
What
only that.
next? We're gonna
Yeah, like
What
no,
next? We're gonna cancel Whitney Houston for singing "I'm Every Woman."
yeah, they're gonna go
It's
there.
on its way. See, the thing is, and well,
I'm
oh
every
no.
woman. I'm every woman.
Is it?
I'm every woman. I'm every woman.
Wolf gotta go.
Everywhere with
Oh.
the
me.
hitman.
Oh,
My head is splitting. This
find the
wolf
Hey,
is
way.
I'm doing that
howling.
in. I'm a
Yes.
dude. I'm doing that in defense of these now past ladies. I'm saying in solidarity of the dead.
I
Put your
understand,
book
man.
down now,
I
final.
know.
Okay, I thought you were just going to go on for at least more than at least 5 minutes.
I mean, when I start talking, that means that's the end of the song.
Not always.
Yeah,
True.
not always.
That's only,
Not always.
but that's for comedic
Got you there.
effect.
Are you sure it's
As you,
comedic effect?
of course it
He always does
is.
it like that.
I mean,
That's his humor.
you already know who my inspirations are for comedic effect and comedic
Okay.
timing. Now,
Every
y'all want to know
time.
what? Now, y'all want to know what was another issue that I'm pissed about? Now, I don't know if this article is real or not, or where this article surfaced. I just know I got it from one YouTuber going by the handle Mark with a C, and it was an article that they've already been doing this so far towards us unvaccinated, but Jesus Christ, this one took the cake for me, where it said the unvax did little to warn us of the effects of the vaccine.
Yeah, I saw that one. I saw that one. I'm like, we told you. We told
The
you. And
blood
you,
is on their hands, they say.
if that's the case, if they told me, Wolf, that the blood is in my hand, their blood, I'd be like, oh, thank you very much. I'll just wipe it. We told you. We told you. I told my family not to take it, but they wanted to go to Toronto, so they took it.
I have a message to those who have gotten the vaccine, and this is a compassionate message to you all. If you have listened to this, if you do tune into my channel with unbiasedness and at least a bit of hopefulness, if you have it upon this article, it's time to stand with the unvaxxed at this point, because most of you might have been experiencing some terrible side effects from the vaccine. Some of us cannot confirm it. Some of us cannot really pinpoint what exactly is it, right?
Mm.
But if you're going to stand with these numbskulls that are constantly belittling us, silencing us, shaming us, and now blaming us, if you continue to stand with those people, I pity you. I pity you greatly. But those who are actually looking at this, and if you find this is foul and unfair, stand with us. I would say I would stand with you guys as well as you're experiencing terrible symptoms. Because truth be told, even though we stood on the edge of a knife with our decisions, all of us
Mhm.
unvaccinated were hoping to be wrong about the vaccine. We all did. It all came, this whole decision making all came down to personal choice. To quote the Hodge twins, I'm all about you getting the vaccine, whether it's your choice or not. I already made my choice. I'm not taking the vaccine. I stood on those words too myself. Stand with us against these idiots. Shame that
Well,
article if you want to. Reject that article. Reject the notion of what that article says, because one, it wants to, it wants blood basically,
Yep.
just to be right. It wants blood just to be right. It wants you guys to get hurt. And our guest speaker is not coming today.
What happened? Is he okay?
Oh, no,
Yeah,
he's
he's
fine.
got work tomorrow.
Mm,
I understand. Well, there'll be another time for sure. For
Yes.
sure.
One day.
Continue my grandiose speech.
Okay.
You cannot. I'm sorry, guys. You cannot stand idly by and allow this to happen, because once they reopen everything, once now that they got enough people to take the vaccines, and they're still, and funny enough, they're still pushing the vaccines in commercials. And yet
yeah,
this
they
article
still.
comes up. Wait a minute, who joined us? Oh wow, I guess he did show up. Occupy Balmora. Trooper FN 2525 has joined us after so long.
It's good to have you,
I
man.
Welcome back.
I
No.
figured I would do maybe like a few minutes and then try to go to bed. I've been trying to go to bed for like the last 2 hours, but I made the mistake of having coffee.
I'm about to say,
So
what's wrong with you? Restless?
yeah, sort of. But I mean, gosh, I'm working about probably 44 hours a week now. So
The fuck?
yeah, it's
Crazy.
I work. Yeah, I can work anywhere between 42 to 44 hours, and that's during the week. My off days are kind of weird. Like I'm off Wednesdays. I just happen to be off today because I got to use whatever vacation time I have left over from 2022 because it expires on the 4th. So that's why I was like off today, but I've been up all day trying to get stuff done. So
Right.
not to take away from whatever's going on, I'm sure there's a lot of conversation going on. So
I'll catch you up. We just talked about the whole. We we both briefly talked about Aretha Franklin getting canceled by some numbskull with a penis.
yeah, because you can't be natural. So
No. Natural is just, it's a slur against trans people.
Oh, Tweldy, Trooper Tweldy. If you guys haven't known each other,
I don't think we've.
It's
Hey,
a pleasure.
I don't think we've. No, we haven't actually. Not that I can remember. So, but yeah. Pretty much you can't be natural. So.
but we also crossed over into talking about this one article that's shaming the unvaccinated. I'm sure you probably heard of it, talking about how the unvaccinated didn't do enough to
Oh,
warn
well.
everybody about the vaccine.
Yeah. Well, that's what it really ends up being at this point. It's at this point they got to point fingers because
It's this mentality of us against the world. It really doesn't have to be that way. It really
No,
doesn't.
I'm
No, it
already in the
doesn't.
middle of passing a message to the vaccinated. Like you need to stand with us at this point because this is some
Well,
bullshit.
there's a lot of
how-
layers too.
Huh?
There's a lot of layers. There's a lot of layers to that onion too. So,
Mhm.
I mean, you pretty much. I mean, not to say division, but you pretty much have been able to stratify the population between those that do what the television tells them to, or I want to quote protect everyone, so I'm going to go turn into a human pincushion.
Mhm.
I mean, there's various reasons, obviously. Oh, I'm compromised, or I think I might be compromised. Here, let me go get it. And the layers just keep going for just reasons upon reasons upon reasons. And then you also have, well, I'm not going to take something that I have no idea what the after effects are. You have that group, and now that group is being pointed at because as it turns out, as Claude Adams said, that they were right. So,
Mhm.
but you can't equate myocarditis with the other at this point. Not yet. Eventually. I mean, it's starting to come out. So.
Can I be the villain in the story here and say, the plan is working. They should have taken the injections. Now the population will be lowered. Because literally that's what it is.
I'm still
That's exactly what it
unvaccinated as of February.
No,
Same
really.
here.
And going forward. At this point, I'm saying no to shots and injections.
Well, I lost two
They offer-
jobs. I lost 2 jobs because they told me take the needle or else, and I'm like, I'll take the or else.
My
Go fuck
doctor
Yeah.
offered for me to take the flu shot. I said only took it once, never again. Fuck that.
Hmm.
I also
One was all I
also
needed.
didn't get the. I also didn't get the vaccines either. Even when I was only infected with the coronavirus once, which pretty much broke my streak of not getting the virus. But I wasn't adversely affected as others, which isn't to invalidate like those who had like gotten the worst effects. But at the end of the day, I was able to achieve natural immunity,
Hmm.
which is another key factor is that herd immunity and like natural immunity produced like from the antibodies after being infected by the virus, they were continuously being downplayed and ostracized by those who are professionals in the field of medicine.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, look at Sweden. I mean, Sweden managed to achieve herd immunity very, very, very quickly compared to the countries that opted not to, and where you see the percentages as far as incidences or multiple complications are the heavily jabbed countries. So, yeah. I mean, places like the UK, places like Ireland, places like New Zealand. I mean, they went balls to the wall. So,
They went full commie.
well, most of their populations are heavily pin-cushioned at this point.
Yep. Many beautiful jabs.
Yep.
Actually, Japan was also able to handle themselves as well without like forcing people to get the vaccines.
Because those poor bastards keep getting infections from their fucking neighbor, China, on a daily basis. They're to the point for, I think, over 20, 30 years maybe, they're just having that culture of wearing masks in cold season all the time.
Well, you also have a lot of this Brandon stuff that's tied to it coming out slowly. So that's the other thing that's slowly being rolled out, is how much money was changing hands and directly involved with this stuff too. So So yeah, so that I got.
Sorry to interrupt you, Trooper. I do want to say something very serious here.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
When the vaccine was rolling around, my mom did ask me if I would want the vaccine, and I said yes, mostly just to protect myself from that because I was really afraid of death at that point. Because so then I got it twice, one here and the other one on the other arm. My sister had it too. And then it didn't work. So because I got COVID anyway, I had it twice. And first time it was awful. Second time not so bad, but it was still awful because I was taking cold showers. Because if you take cold showers for quite some time, not only will you actually produce like more healthier skin, healthier hair, you will actually develop immunity to many viruses and colds when you do that. And so seeing this when now just by everyone just now being viewed as a heretic, just by not wanting to have a vaccine or having it, just saying this, oh my god. I feel like I'm just on the verge of just giving up. I just feel like I want to cry. I really do. I feel like I feel like I just want to cry. Because it sounds like there's just already no hope left in everyone. Like, with exceptions, of course. I mean, and my mother would say that it was completely up to me. When the boost vaccine was coming out, my mom said that I would have like the boost vaccine. That was completely up to me. They're not holding a gun to my head because, of course, they wouldn't. They're my family. They have faith. They have faith in me, and I have faith in them.
Right.
And so, whether you want the vaccine or not is completely up to you. You really don't have to. Like, no one has to live through any form of suffering.
Right.
Like, no one, oh my god, no one wants to live through suffering anymore. We don't want another war. Give peace a chance, for God's sake.
Or fear. Which is why we need to remind people.
Why can't we give love, give love, give love, give love, give love?
Which is why we need to continue to remind people that hope that we need to keep hope and optimism alive. Like it's not being childish or naive. Having hope hope is what drives us
Yep.
to move forward, and face adversity head on.
Joking
Mhm.
aside, Final, that is a brave sentiment for you to say that,
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
it is.
and I hate to
Yes, it is.
see you break into tears like that.
Yeah,
I
me
hate to
too, man.
see you be on the verge of sad tears specifically.
Yep.
If I may, being the female here, here's one emotional. If I may, like I agree with Wolf that that's very brave what you say. Final, my little
In fact,
story.
before you go, Leia. In fact, we
Mhm.
do have somebody who stands in in solidarity with us. Final, as
Oh,
one of the,
yes.
if am I
Mm.
correct? You're vexed, right?
Yeah, I have been twice.
So you've been dosed
So
twice.
yeah.
So is
So
my
you were
wife, but
jabbed twice.
so far she hasn't had any effects lately. Thank goodness for that. My mom may have mentioned that she has some. She's been slowing down lately. Same thing with my stepdad. I don't know if my
Mhm.
sisters or any other family members have it, and this motherfucker killed me.
Are you playing a
This mo-
game? Because it's funny how you went from jab to this MFR killed me. Okay.
my fr- my
Mhm.
freaking game has perfect time when I do streams.
Yes.
Dead Space 2.
Well,
You know,
I'm in the rotisserie laser grid. Fucking hate this section. That thing moves so damn fast, faster than you can run, and then you gotta deal with enemies. I think I might as well just gun this shit. Just fuck the damn items and just gun this motherfucker.
Well,
And what I
you'll
mean by
regret it.
gunning, as in run my ass off,
You're gonna regret it.
probably am.
there, and it's what I find interesting is that
Live a little,
with
Wolf.
everything
and I
coming
died again.
out, there's still advertising.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's still
I
advertising.
Yeah, that annoys the fuck out of me. Like every
gotta
YouTube I see.
advertise on the radio, every commercial, and on every poster board. Have you seen
Yeah.
it?
Well,
My
have you
boy.
Have you seen it?
have you heard the newest Pfizer commercial where they use a black dude and
Yep.
Yeah, that's
it's
the same
and
ad.
it's really funny. I'm like, okay, like that's not race baiting if I ever saw it, because
They're using my people all over the place. Funny
instead of
enough that this shit's
BioNTech,
happening. It's funny enough
instead of
that this shit is happening during Black History Month, which a
Yep.
month
right.
I'm outright going to refuse to just celebrate this shit when exploitation of my people is now in the works.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
As Marty Freeman said, Black history is American history. So, well, the question
Yeah.
is, why do we still have it?
Easy because they want to have something that they
Commoditize it.
can. Yes, same thing like with the
Yeah.
what is this bullshit that they have? What is it, Kwanzaa? Fucking useless.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like the thing that Morgan Freeman said, that's what when I really really hated this idea when he said this. Why don't you make Jewish month? Why don't you make white month?
Hmm.
Yeah, it's like why relegate
Want it?
Am-
You want to relegate
African
my
Americans
history
or
to a
black
month?
To a month. Yeah, that's one
Yeah.
thing. Like that's fucking
You want to
stupid.
relegate a history? You want to relegate a month to a history just from his own race? Want to relegate a history to his wife?
Yeah. I mean, it's another way of it's gosh, it's slapping a brand on something at this point. So
Yeah, same
because
thing with BLM. Mm.
yeah, I mean, we're in a heavy consumer laden society at this point. So that's what you're seeing. You're seeing how many people are consumers and how many people are not consuming as much as other consumers. So, and that goes for not only the clot, the clot stab. That goes for everything. So from we'll say, gosh, Hispanic Heritage Month. It's from that to say,
The
well,
problem
you
with
can't.
all that is there's not enough months to even balance all that shit out. You
Well,
got
give it
Yeah.
a minute. I
Pride
mean,
Month bullshit. You got freaking Native American month, or excuse me, Indigenous People Month, Asian Culture Month. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm looking at my freaking digital calendar and see all these fucking months. I'm like, yeah, this shit is fucking ridiculous. Oh,
ye-
like rather than making months out of heritage and cultural milestones that you don't even look through enough to history, at least
you know,
teach people about, or even teach people enough about. Why don't you just ban Black History Month and just tell people to celebrate your culture on whatever day or whenever month you choose to? Just practice safely, okay?
mhm.
Make it easy for all of us and yourselves. God damn it. Excuse me, Monticelli.
I think it is. Well, if I may, before I comment on all the months of the race of the calendar, I'd like to go back to the comments you guys made about of the jab, particularly to final. Here, I like to put my 2 cents in, and
Mhm.
hopefully give him a hopeful message. I hope you're okay back there, final. Hopefully, I can give you a
Okay.
message of hope. I hope I can give you a message of hope and inspiration, which we need a lot of. I myself did get vaccinated because number one, I do have an
Oh, damn, I
underlying
forgot.
illness. Yeah,
Mhm.
am I shamed for that? Can I say that?
No,
Oh,
I forgot. I
No.
forgot the
No,
question.
we actually know your backstory
Yeah.
to where, I mean, it's choosing that or be denied care. I mean, this is how bad it got at its
That
worst.
Yeah,
that right there is bullshit.
So
because I was.
it's yeah, yeah. Go ahead, continue. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Yeah, because I was in the hospital right at the heart of all this stuff up because I had to have an operation. But also
Mhm.
the fact I've lost people that mean a lot to me too. And I lost my grandmother that I love very much. I lost her. I lost some coworkers, and I also have elderly parents. So
Mhm.
my thing is this: I do agree the vaccine is a matter of personal choice, but I
Mhm.
also think whatever you choose to do, try to keep your fellow man in mind. And I think we've forgotten that. If
Mhm.
you choose to get vaccinated, you don't have to hate on those who don't. And
Mhm.
those who don't do not have to hate on those who do.
Mhm.
However, if you know or have family members that may have an underlying illness, or for the elderly, and I do know that the elderly, that COVID took them out really fast. That's how I lost my grandmother and several coworkers. If
Mhm.
you know
Oh
that they
yeah.
have an underlying illness, try to have respect for them. If you're not vaccinated, maybe perhaps when you see them, put on a mask. It's not about you trying to promote anything. It's not about against that. It's that you're thinking about your fellow man. Just think
Mhm.
about your fellow man and who that is involved with that. And that's how I try to think about it myself.
Mhm.
My sister's whole family did get COVID except for the youngest nephew. So that's the reason it was protection. It was because we were supposed to, actually, we were planning to all see, at the time, we were going to see Spider-Man No Way Home, but she never
Mhm.
came. And I said, what happened? And she said, all of us have COVID. So being that she respected me because I didn't too long get out the hospital.
Sit yo
That's
So,
punk ass down.
just to
Running up
let you know.
on me like
Just
that
to
and
let you know.
shit.
Actually, that's common courtesy to begin with. It's not just for COVID. If you're sick,
right,
you tell your friend that, hey, I got the flu, I can't make it.
right.
I don't want to get you infected. That's what I did to a couple of my friends when we had D&D. I told them I'm sick with the flu, so I can't make it, and they changed
Mhm.
plans because of that. That's common courtesy. But the thing that I have a problem is like forcing it on people is the
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
issue
yeah,
that we have.
yes. I just say
That's
it
the issue.
should be a matter. It should be a matter of personal choice. Whatever choice
Yeah.
you choose. So I'm not hating on anybody. Whatever
Right.
choice you choose, just be respectful of your fellow man. And I think that is something that has been lost through all of this. We have lost respect for our fellow man, no matter what we decide to choose with it. This kind of decision should not be something to shame anybody whatever they choose to do. Like I said, if
Mhm.
you yourself choose to say, hey, I don't want this, okay, that's not you're not a, you're not you shouldn't be wiped off the planet Earth because you do. But all I would say is just keep your fellow man involved, because I'm like you, Final. When this thing first hit, I really believe they didn't know what they were dealing with. I was kind of like you. They really didn't know what they had. They really didn't know what they're dealing with. And then again, I lost a lot of people to it. But now that we've gotten more knowledge of it, and we understand that the vaccination doesn't keep you from getting it, it just keeps you out of the hospital longer. Now that we have a better understanding of it, we can make better choices and decisions. But we should always respect our fellow man. And I
Consider
think
this though. Now it's
Yeah.
less of a threat at this point,
yes, I think I think COVID is just the flu 2.0.
and they're still peddling.
Oh yeah, it's been that since the beginning.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
it's basically a chimeric version of SARS 2.0. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Literally. It's
That's
the
all it
SARS
is.
virus. Yeah, the SARS virus is a variant of the Corona family viruses, which are basically all
Yep.
flu and cold.
Not the baby.
Yup.
Yeah. So
'Cause I
here's
think
the thing.
Oh, I was just going to say, because I think that 2-year lockdown really hurt us. My God. I think
Oh,
that
it did.
2-year
It
lockdown
did.
just
It
Ah.
absolutely. Do you know what actually what it
Mhm.
did was? First of all, it slowed
Oh, son of a
it
bitch.
slowed the mutation
The
of the
one time I
virus.
don't bring the fucking
Yeah, it
line
did.
gun when I fucking need it the most. These motherfuckers want to crowd on a motherfucker. Stop spitting me.
Wolf, your timing is impeccable. Your timing is just
The
impeccable.
fucking one time I don't bring the damn line gun. At least I got the damn force gun. But damn it, now they want to swarm on a brother. See how they do
Mhm.
people in this game? See how they do my people in this game?
Oh no! Did they
Who
just
else
do
in
this
here?
show?
Who else in here? Pop your head out. Murder party right here. Everybody invited. Come on. I'm sending all invitation. Oh shit. You gonna spit on my ass.
Cringe.
Can't stand you spitting motherfuckers always puking and shit.
Hey Wolf, you
Oh
know that
damn.
the-
Now you
know
gotta
that-
blow up. You gotta blow up on. You dead now.
Hey
Whew.
Wolf,
Whew. 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 Ah.
hey
Can you
Wolf,
leave me the fuck alone? I'm trying to get the breath, damn it.
you're gonna die either way. Just give up.
Such your
I-
nihilistic ass to having ass down.
No, I'm trying to tell you something, but you keep fucking forgetting this shit because
What
you
you
keep
gonna tell
talking.
me?
Yeah, I'm just seeing here this on Twitter, and it's the Proud Family show.
Well, what
Mhm.
about it?
They made a new show called The Proud Family Louder and Prouder.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
And you know what they
Yeah,
said?
that's
They
already
said
out.
literally what they said. Slaves built this country.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, goodness.
no.
Did
And I'm
No.
seeing
Proud
did
here-
Family
they-
was never about
Yeah.
that.
No, it was
And-
not.
Proud
Not
Family
to-
was never even about that shit. It was a
Not to-
sitcom cartoon.
And you also have like kids from all walks of life, including viewpoints. Not to mention the Proud Family that themselves sounds like they're actually
Especially that white girl gone,
people
too.
forgot. Yes, but also the the members of the Proud Family, they happen to be Republicans, at least the parents.
Mhm.
But that's
and
only,
this
How much
person
you
was
love
talking about.
but that's only a
Oh my
facet
god!
of
Let
the
me listen
character.
to.
First they put Nicki Minaj in it. Now they.
Well, they also
Oh
they
my
also
God!
have
They
they
messed
also
that
have
up.
Lizzo as a guest star.
Oh, by the
Oh
way,
no!
oh, by the way, it's
Goodness.
protected. It's protected too, so you can't even reply or anything. You can't reply to
Oh,
them.
of course it's protected.
Yeah, who can reply? People at Badger clubs, follows, or mentions can reply. Okay, no problem. I'll quote tweet it.
Well, Disney said it was going to give. The only reason Disney brought back the Proud Family is to wokeify it. They said it themselves that they were going to change the Proud Family to reflect more of their cult ideology agenda. They said it themselves. So I'm not shocked. I have not watched it. I'm not going to watch it. I don't need it.
No,
So
even me,
therefore they can keep it. But they said that.
Yeah.
What's also
Shit.
what's also
That's
out of character is the last one we saw, the Proud Family, was in the Proud Family movie, and Penny, and like during that time she was 16. However, when they decided to bring back the Proud Family as a revival, they decided to have it take place only several months, and also age her and her friends back down to 13 instead
Now
of being
give me your
16.
shit.
That's right.
Freak,
Dominic.
bitch.
Oh, Wolf, your timing. Oh my God. Right on Dominic's
Look,
comment. Your timing.
Look, if you want to bring back Proud Family, show us like what they've been up to
Oh
during
my
after the events
goodness.
of the Proud Family movie. Heck,
Doing
I've
Give a
seen
brother
TV.
fan,
time to breathe.
Now,
Damn.
heck, I've seen
now,
fan
did
art,
they make the girl?
of Penny and the crew like all grown up, and they're in high school. Well, either in high school or in college. But the point still stands that people would love to see Penny and the others all grown up.
The Proud Family should be just a fun animated cartoon about a family and their adventures and a humorous look at life, not preaching to you. But we know now the Disney machine that refuses to use the word boys and girls of all ages in their announcements anymore would wokeify this show. And like you said, Dominic, it should be about. See, I think the reason all these shows are coming back is they're trying to change the agenda of the show. I really think all these old shows, the reason they're so obsessed with bringing
All
back
these
classic
black folk
shows,
that
now
that
that
are,
70
that are
shows, now the
rating
90
our
shows.
old shows are
Yeah.
fucking from the
Mm-hmm.
new colleges that fucking hate their family for preaching to the choir about
I'm
blackness from their time.
I'm
But
just waiting.
you're waiting to, yeah.
I'm
So am
just
I.
waiting for the Cosby Show reboot.
Oh yeah.
Hey, no, don't give
Oh
them any
my
ideas,
god.
man. Don't give
I
them any
just
ideas.
I
You know
already
they're
said it.
stupid
It's
enough to
already
do it. Of
out
course
there.
you do it.
It's already out there, so you know it's coming.
I mean, at this point, these are
Raven,
ran by kids who want to be fake rebels.
Yeah.
Oh, hey,
That's
Wolf.
what they are. Fake
Just
fucking rebels. What's up?
do you know what they're talking about here? Oh, look, a meme, a meme. They put a meme in the fucking episode. Oh my god, it's so funny. I'm like, fuck me. I don't want to even listen to this. Like there is a
I bet
video
they
clip.
sound stupid.
Well, they don't
they?
understand memes. They don't.
They don't understand memes at all.
They
and
don't.
wanna,
They don't. They don't.
And and the funny thing, you know what he did? He's like, the first thing this person posted here is like, okay, this is getting a little out of class for me. Time to turn off the replies for now. Might turn it back on when this dies down, though.
Sounds like
Oh,
Sugar Mama.
a fucking faggot ass motherfucker. It's like,
I- I'm just wondering how the Cosby Show remake will take place without Bill Cosby, but somehow it will, because you need
Nightway.
that name. So
oh,
it's probably going to be something like, executive producer, blah blah blah, Bill Cosby. You know what I mean? So it's like you won't even be in it, but it'll be like the Cosby Show. It'll be
Oh,
like the
son of a
Huxtables, right? I can already see this. So
Well,
it's,
well, what they'll do is they'll treat it. They'll they'll treat it like Roseanne. They'll have Cliff
yeah,
died of some sort of heart attack, and Claire
Yeah,
will
off
take
screen.
over and run the house because
Yeah.
now they believe in women power.
yes,
Yep, and it will be called the Huxtables. And Raven Simone will be at the front. Get that gay
Bitch.
pride out there.
Couldn't
And
even
her
move,
and her
huh?
wife and
How
her
it feel,
family.
huh?
You're
punk
tiny.
ass motherfucker trying to charge at brother. Think about what you did on the way to hell. Go back to your mama and think about what you did, you little piece of shit, trying to interrupt me on hacking. I'm doing something here, motherfucker. I need some privacy.
she'll bring her alphabet people agenda with her to the show. So
of
that'll
course,
somehow.
Yes.
there's also to take into account the spin-off of the Cosby Show, A Different World, which
Yes. Oh yeah, that's coming too.
back then like it tackle like mature topics in a tactful way, and also you get to see all sides express expressing their opinions on things while at the same. However, that's only supplementary because in each episode of a different world, it tells an engaging story.
Hmm.
Well, if they did, you're right, Dominic. But if they brought back a different world, that would not happen. They would suck all that out, and they would use it to push agenda. So it would be one idea,
Mhm.
only. And if anybody doesn't follow that, they'll be shamed. They'll be shamed off. So they'll
Right.
probably take a character that's there, just make them gay. They'll take Ron and say Ron's been gay all this time, even though like women, they'll change him anyway because that's just the way they do it. And they will shame people who don't follow their views. You know, there's going to be some transgender, non-binary midget on the show.
Yep.
One of the classic characters is going to be turned gay. I know it is.
You
One
know it
character
is.
probably will be transgender. Yeah, they're going to pick
All
somebody.
of them are
They're probably
gonna
going to
be.
pick the one that's the faster. Yeah,
I,
all of them. Yeah, some of them. Yeah,
remember.
they're going to take some.
Hey, can I say something? It'll be like this. It'll be basically everybody's gay. You're gay. He's gay. Everybody's gay. You're transgender. Everybody's transgender, like Oprah.
Well, everybody can be an alphabet
Oh,
person,
yeah,
but
yeah.
not everybody can be an alphabet person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that works. I just know that's how it is.
Well,
So
Also, to add into Neostar's comment in regards to the characters, yeah, they are the same for the most part. However, they drastically changed Michael Collins when in Loud
Yeah.
and Prouder.
mm,
They did him. They not only did him dirty, but also they didn't bring back Phil Lamar to reprise his role.
Of course they didn't.
yeah. So I mean,
Oh, of course.
I mean,
Yes. Yeah.
like these networks will find a way to, just keep bringing out all these like old shows out of the mausoleum and reworking them into something that it's remotely not even what it was. So I mean, we know that they've definitely done it with a lot of popular franchises. They'll just keep moving on to the next franchise. So
Oh yeah, you're right. That's why they're obsessed. But every week there's an announcement about revival of this show, revival of that show, reboot
yeah.
of this show, and that's because they want to change the narrative of the show. I wouldn't be surprised if there are more shows coming. They want to change it. They want to rewrite a century. They want to rewrite a century. They want to rewrite a generation
do.
to fit their narrative.
Yeah, they do.
They want them to say,
Oh,
"Oh, it's
oh.
always been like this."
More cringe, just to let you know, more cringe. The Last of Us has a gay fucking marriage or a couple in the story, which never existed in the
Although
game.
episode
Oh, there
three
it goes.
of Last of Us was actually, although episode 3 of Last of Us is, from what I've been hearing through the grapevine, it's not bad. It's not bad because it's not cringe inducing, and the characters they were treated as characters and not mouthpieces. And I know like
Well,
they may be side characters from the games, but the way they were handled on how to on surviving this new landscape after this virus from the fungus was released, which turned people into different variations of zombies. No, they were just treated as characters who happen to be gay and are doing as best they can to fight to keep each other alive, as well as other people in the social circle that they care about.
Well, here's
Yeah.
the thing, Dominic. It's divided. A lot of people feel, as you just expressed, but there's also an other side that said that they felt it really wasn't necessary. Was this necessary to the story and progression of the story? Now, the writer of that episode has confessed that he did hijack the episode on purpose because he wanted to tell his own gay love story. Now, that I do have an issue. Yeah,
Which
issue
in the
with.
grand scheme of things, it counts as filler. It counts as filler. However, it's not necessary filler.
Yeah, that's what bothers. That's why I think the episode has people divided, because I saw the episode. I was asking people who played the game, was this in the game? Is this part of the game? Is this what happened? And all of them told me, no, this is not in the game.
Yeah,
And I said, oh,
Never.
here we go. with
and,
Roller
and it's,
King.
it's true.
It's never.
It's true. Like
It's
this instance didn't occur in the original game.
That's why for me the whole thing
Well,
is
see,
just nothing more than a scam. That's all.
here's the thing, Dominic. First of all, Dominic, if you enjoyed the episode, good for you.
Well,
I'm not bashing you. Thank you for your honesty.
Well, I just I didn't watch. Well, I didn't really watch The Last of Us because, well, after everything with The Last of Us 2, I keep my distance from Druckmann and the franchise for a good long while. I'm just saying, I heard both sides, and my opinion, my own opinion after listening to everyone is yes. The episode 3 is a decent episode. However, when you take into account of what will eventually happen, like in the TV show, for those like who have played the game or have watched have watched playthroughs of it, it's not, it feels unnecessary.
Yeah.
Unnecessary because
See,
it's not even part of the story. It's not even a plot point. It's just shoehorned, agenda-driven bullshit. That's why it's trash. Like the moment they do that, they invalidate the story, and
Mhm.
not
Exactly.
and not because
Yeah,
of
I
the
agree.
fact that there's gay people, but it's just that you just went out of your way to shoehorn in something that was never part of the story, just because of
Mhm.
your agenda. That itself invalidates the story because everything after that, I cannot believe you. I cannot trust you that that's the same as in the context of the story anymore.
Mhm.
And also new star in Louder and Prouder, Michael was turned into a fanboy hipster in Louder and Prouder, which as mentioned earlier is very out of character from Michael.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people were saying, and I have to agree with
Michael was the Beanie Boy,
12.
right?
No, Michael, he's one of like Penny's friends, like in her social group, along with the Chain Triplets and others. But Michael, he has a flamboyant personality. Flamboyant has like very fashionable, but he's still very masculine.
See, I have to agree with 12D. That is what I disagree with. Here's the thing: the writer who wrote that episode
Mhm.
this is a problem, and this is why. See, what's going to happen is because so many people accept it, you're going to see more of this.
Exactly.
This is this. You're going to get more of this in other shows, in other TV shows. HBO is now going to say, "Oh,
Mhm.
as
People
long
like
as
this.
we're going to keep adding it there because they're not pushing back against us." They were slick with it. They said, "Let's write it, but don't make it Velma. Don't make it Lightyear. Try to make it,
Not only-
it well written so that they're so entertained and emotionally moved they don't see what we're really doing here. As you're going to get more of that, and I don't like that. I'm sorry to people that like it. That bothers me. And it's like you said, 12D. If it does not pertain to the story, if it doesn't need to over arc of the story, it didn't need to be there.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is that I remember hearing
Once-
something about the
once
writer saying
again-
that we snuck this in so that we can have these conservatives actually watch a gay couple. He said that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the writer doesn't realize is that it's despite what they may think about conservatives, they don't have any like genuine malice towards gay people.
Quick question.
Right.
Yeah, Wolf?
Any Walking Dead fans can answer
What?
this question. Was Jesus ever gay in the comics?
Jesus.
Yeah.
I
From
don't think so.
Walking Dead.
Oh, Walking Dead? No,
hmm
no, not to my knowledge.
To my knowledge,
Thank
yeah.
He's
Thank-
gay in the show.
And that
Oh,
explains
that's
to you that
Well.
explains to you what I said. They add
Mhm.
bullshit because they want to normalize it so that everybody else would know, like, oh my
It's a
god,
healthy relationship for sure.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't
I
matter.
know it doesn't matter to you.
Mhm.
What I'm saying is, what I'm
Oh,
getting
hey.
at
I
is,
know.
if they did fall into the damn trope of killing off the expert. Like his first intro, the way they introduced Jesus in Walking Dead as this hyper competent, escapable, and quick witted and quick thinking type of character, and then they kill him off in the dumbest way possible,
Right.
or at least the dumbest way that they could introduce a villain class group to the narrative, which is kill him off by one of the whisperers.
Right.
Yeah. Um,
But
well,
that's a topic for that's a talk for another time.
Yeah.
but see, what
That's a
bothers
topic
me,
that I shouldn't be here because I don't know anything about that story.
what
That's what I'm
bothers
saying.
me,
I'm dropping that right now. That's why.
Right.
what
Well,
what
go
what
ahead,
bothers
Leia.
what
Go
bothers
on.
me is what bothers me again is first and foremost the writer hijacked this show. In other words, this was not his show. He took
Yep.
somebody else's show and somebody else's idea and said, "Hey, I want to inject a gay love story here. It's not your show. Why can't you?" Here's my thing: why do they not write their own stuff? If he's that good of a writer, if he tells that good of a story, why not write and create your own story? If you wanted to write a story about a gay couple trying to survive in a zombie apocalypse, all
People
well and
watch
good.
that. People
Yeah.
would watch that because then
Yeah.
it's an original story.
Mhm.
I wouldn't watch it personally
I-
because for me it's
I-
cringe. But
Mhm.
Yeah.
other
Right.
people who are into that stuff, I'm just gonna tell you this right now. My sisters would fucking watch it.
Yeah.
They're very,
And-
very feminine girls. They like this type of stuff, so they would love to watch it. But then again, they won't make that type of stuff because it doesn't sell well. They know it doesn't
There
sell
you
well.
go. Right.
They know because if it doesn't have a clear defined not genre, what is it called, franchise
Mhm.
franchise,
Hmm.
Franchise.
it will not sell. It will not sell the big bucks.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
every-
Well, it won't get made. Yeah.
yeah, it won't get made. It doesn't have the big enough oomph of money that they need.
And that is why they interject into something that is a franchise that
The
is
most
popular
intense
and has
game
a
playing
live
mechanic in
audience.
gaming history, where you attempt to not gouge out a man's eyeball.
What was
Why
that? Does that?
Dead Space 2.
Oh,
that game again?
Most of us
You
know
z-
what I'm talking about.
you zombie freak, you.
Everybody always freak out when they fuck up on this section because it happens so fast if you're not careful. You gotta go as as slow as possible. Don't move too much, otherwise his heart will race and his eyes start wandering. And you gotta aim precisely towards his pupil.
But see, that's
So-
All
why.
right, Isaac, relax. All right, Isaac, this won't hurt a bit.
Oh my lord! And that's what I'm
So-
against. That
One more. We're almost there, Isaac.
So who would like to answer Humble Mari's question?
Made it.
What's his
No,
question?
What
Hers.
if all the snuck in propaganda stuff ends up being another
Her
negative stereotype?
It
already is a negative
is.
stereotype.
It is already a negative stereotype. It's so much of a negative stereotype. Families are not going to anything related to any show because everybody's afraid that it's going to be some fucking gay agenda bullshit to it, which it is usually.
Yeah, it normally is
Oh.
because these people are so aggressive about it.
Yeah. They're not letting
That's-
people enjoy a story. They just want to force basically down their throat, hey, there's a gay couple. There's a gay couple. There's a gay couple. There's a gay couple. They're just like fucking
But
repeating in their face.
It's also
And
not,
if you-
also
and-
not being treated organic. They're rather being, like you said, they're rather being forceful whenever they do that. Yet if we remember like in the past, like if there's a work of fiction, be it a book, movie, TV show, or otherwise, and they feature few characters like who happen to be part of the gay demographic, it wasn't in your face. Right, so you get to know them as well as the main characters as characters because they're people. They're not defined by their superficial traits. Even
Shrek
even
is
when
growing
we
fast.
even when we didn't know the part of the gay demographic, we didn't care. Here, what
Okay,
matters to us is
you
the
got hit on
character.
me, motherfucker. I'll give you that. Now fuck off and die. Wait, he can't
They
die.
were
Fuck.
they weren't that much to begin with. That's the thing.
Ah,
They're not
son
that
of a
much of the
bitch.
population. They're basically like
Right.
0.0.0 sorry 0.0001% of the population. In the overall grand scheme of things, they don't fucking exist. This is what I don't understand. They want to be in the forefront when they are not even in the they're not even in the iotas. Like they're negligible.
Because
I
they
don't
are
understand.
hateful, they're resentful, 12D. You're right. No, they want to be. Let's just face it here. You have a lesser percent of America or
Population.
society that is of the population. Thank you. That is LBGTQ plus and XYZ and everything else I left out.
Mhm.
They also have a hatred for those of us who are not them. They and under a certain president, they pretty much had this free reign. And when that
Well,
ended and another one came in and said, no, we're not going to go that way, they panicked. And I think for a society that wants respect to them, they sure don't show respect to everybody else.
Nope.
They
no,
have a resentment for those who of us who are not of that fold. And so they turn their hatred towards us, but they're trying to make it look like it's about rights.
It's a
well,
justifiable reason
adding
to
on,
hate.
onto that, like
Fuck out of my way.
those types of gay people are also jealous of members of their own demographic who are able to not only succeed but
Fuck out of my
also
way.
move forward from
Freeze. You
whatever adversity that occurred to them
hey
in their
bub,
life,
you should have stayed
and they're
home.
able to
Right.
to live along side by side with those of us who are not part of the demographic.
How many times do we get it if you don't like what they put out? Oh, you're homophobic. You're a homophobe. You're homophobic. You're racist towards homophobes. How many times
Ah,
does that
son of a
constantly get
bitch.
pushed down, or do they push it down there? You can't. Again, for a society that wants respect, they don't show respect to other people. You can't force respect. You earn it. You don't demand it. You don't bully people
What you
into
want,
it. You
baby, I
you have
got
to.
it.
Oh no.
What
Oh
you
no.
need, you
What
know I got it. All I'm asking is what you can't get from me.
What
That's a
else?
little bit respect, none a little bit respect, none of that respect.
What book are you reading, Final?
What also hurts? What
That's at
also
the end of the story.
backfires on their end
Damn.
is they are unintentionally like validating
Freeze, bitch.
This girl
actual
is a
homophobes.
monster gamer. A monster gamer.
What, she good in bed or some shit?
No,
Oh my
she's so
lord! How
good
do we
in
get to that?
gaming. She's a hardcore gamer, and the funny
Oh,
thing
she
is,
that good then.
she's
Shit.
that good. She's a hardcore gamer, achievement hunter,
Oh, son of a bitch.
and she even fixes her
I'm
own
gonna die.
controllers. She fixes her own controllers.
Oh, she that good. Oh, damn. She
Yeah.
got the whole kit and package, huh?
Do you know why I'm saying this? Because she just finished getting platinum on the same game you're playing with the impossibility game mode, which is basically one life. If you die, game over. You start all over from the beginning
I died
with
this time
one
because
gun.
the freaking body just
Mhm.
freaking noodle stretch and it wouldn't even pull to me when I kinesis it. And I need that to get through the door.
That's gonna suck.
It
But
already did. I
anyways,
fucking died.
yeah. I follow her because she has she plays a lot
You
of
got a
games.
crush.
Yeah, she's gorgeous. I am not gonna deny that. But again, she's actually the reason why I follow her is because she actually
And
fixes her
this is why he's
controllers.
my motherfucking brother.
Yeah, and she's a redhead. But
Well,
anyways,
Yeah,
but anyways,
Not
sorry.
working.
New Star, in your comment, you're not wrong.
Yep. But anyways, back to the same point that we were talking about.
You motherfuckers will not leave me the fuck alone.
It's absolutely
say.
stupid.
Continue,
It's
Holiday.
absolutely stupid.
Oh, you motherfucker!
I think they're doing more damage. I do. It's like Neostar said. I do agree with
This
Neostar's
motherfucker
comment
tell me
here.
why I'm saving.
They're doing more damage with all of this woke LBG ideology.
You die,
than good.
die,
Because
die!
they're-
God
yeah.
damn it!
Yeah,
Dave
they're-
Chappelle and other comedians like makes it a lot of clear like through their routine that they're doing more harm like to the people they say they're fighting for and speaking for them, even though like those same people told them no, you don't speak for us.
Exactly. That is what exactly. That is what they don't realize. They don't realize. I think all of this is doing more damage. You agree? I think it's hurting because it's giving a negative image to those who have always tried to live a decent life as decent human beings. But all of this negative stereotype and all of this woke ideology and forced woke ideology and forced body making it worse. And another thing I want to say, 90% of these writers writing for these shows are not good writers. They are activists. They aren't talented. They aren't writers. They don't know how to do a story. They don't know how to construct a story. All they care about is, I want to put my life into these characters and spread it to everyone. That's what they want to do. And that does not make they don't understand what makes a story successful. They don't understand why we love characters. They're just saying, oh, you just love this character because they're straight. Oh, you just love this character because they're white. That's the only reason why you love these characters. No. We love these characters for who they are as a person. And I don't care if you're LBGT or trans. If you're a miserable human being, you're a miserable human being. You're not going to get a special feature of this because so if you're rude and disrespectful and rude to other people, you don't get a pass simply because who you choose to go to bed with.
The moment you show disrespect, you're not going to get respect back.
Exactly. And they are not respecting not only themselves, but everyone else, because it's like Tweldy said, I think these people hate themselves. I think they're unhappy and they want everybody else to be miserable. And power. I don't know what it is. Everybody's on a power trip.
That's
just
all
like
it comes down
is.
to. Power, the power trip and everything. Just it's like I've said it so many times, I don't even know where to begin at this point anymore.
Do you want me to explain it?
Go on. Take over.
Please.
Yes. Final.
This is actually something that we would basically discuss, that we were talking about in the green rooms, more particularly of two Elseworld stories by Marvel and DC. Marvel's Earth X and DC's Kingdom Come. Kingdom Come back in 1996 and Earth X back in 1999. Both of which basically deal with a dystopian future of superheroes in the comic book industry back in the 90s. Basically are commentaries on superhero comics back in the 90s, back in the day when there were so many anti-heroes. Like Marvel and DC were in on this type of stuff. Image was certainly
and
in
the
on this
indies.
stuff because and the indies were doing this when they were doing their own thing. But they have this in different contexts. Kingdom Come's way of handling this is basically how the new generation of heroes basically are just not as responsible as the heroes that they are before. They are basically just destroying everything. They're irresponsible. And they're basically just like screwing up everything. And then Earth X, on the other hand, has this different concept. What if everybody has powers? And once everybody has powers, they do everything as they please, and they have no responsibility from this. And because of this, everything is in ruins. Everything. And not to mention, all the heroes are gone. The X-Men are disbanded. The Avengers are gone. All the telepaths are dead. That means Charles Xavier, Jean Grey, Emma Frost, they're all dead. About half the Marvel characters are dead. Or basically just either gone, or basically just now left in a depressing state, such as the case with Tony Stark and Reed Richards in that story. Some are even grizzled from after everything that's happened, such as the case with Captain America, who's not wearing his traditional Captain America suit, but is now wearing the American flag as a toga.
Oh my goodness.
And Hydra is no longer... Hydra not actually is
Hey,
Hey, Big Al. Anyway,
Hi,
Ciao,
guys.
but Hydra is not actually an organization
Hello.
reignited by Baron von Strucker, but instead just now a Cthulhu parasite similar to the Flood from Halo or the Borgs from Star Trek. So they're basically just now one big hive mind. In fact, Sam Wilson and Jennifer Walters were affected by this. And so then everything in Earth X is basically left depressing. So then, but Kingdom Come, on the other hand, everything else is depressing, but then the heroes do indeed come back. Not to say that Marvel's, Kingdom Come, the DC heroes actually do come back, but this is already going to be proven to be pretty much the end. It may seem like Hope is back, but it may seem to be the end, because the Kingdom Come draws a lot of biblical references. In fact, it may as well draw inspiration from the Dies Irae, the Day of Wrath, what it translates to. Earth X, on the other hand, everything else is depressing because everyone now has powers, because now everyone is basically they can't even differentiate between the Inhumans or the mutants now.
And the
And
mutates.
in fact, and the mutates.
What's the
So
difference
basically,
between
there's
the
no
mutates and
difference.
the mutants?
Yeah, so there's basically no difference at all, because now everybody has the power and everything is in ruins. And so then I say this because of how much why am I talking about this with that? Because this is basically irrelevant to what everyone else has been saying up to this point. Because if you allow me to share this.
Go on.
All right.
Yeah, I remember reading up on that
These
Humble
hero-
Marty about Daigo like
These
sending
heroes
out these localizers out so he can translate his material through a machine translator and hiring an editor.
Yeah. And so heroes are meant to inspire us. What they're supposed to be like, what we're supposed to look up to, because they give us something to strive for.
Mhm.
That's why, when you have a religion, this is basically something that you would have to hold on to hope with this. DC's heroes are basically the pinnacle, or not pinnacle, actually the example of that. Not to say Marvel's heroes don't do this, because they certainly do, but they do mess up from time to time, or pretty much a lot, because after all, they are human after all. In fact, a lot of them, there's even anti-heroes involved. Marvel's got quite a handful of anti-heroes. Ghost Rider, the Punisher, Deadpool's one of them. But then,
But in
still-
the end,
in the
end, like a majority of them are still aspirational heroes.
exactly, even when they're cathartic, like driven by some sort of catharsis, like for example, Spider-Man, who's already driven by Uncle Ben's death because he let that happen, so then he decides to never let that happen again. Or Daredevil, who decides to take justice into his own hands, not by punishing the criminals and beating them to a pulp like the Punisher would, but instead, whenever the justice favor is not working into its own favor, and basically delivers a fitting justice in order to actually be this way. Because his saying of how justice is blind, but yet he has faith in the system. But yet he has faith in the system, even in humanity.
And he's
Well, the
he's
whole
not wrong.
point
Well, the
of
justice system, like maybe,
heroes. No, go ahead.
And-
Continue,
and
Dominic. Go ahead.
Hmm.
and at the end of the day, that's not wrong. Like look, the justice system may be flawed, and it's been explored in both fiction and in real life. We can see that. However, like the principles founded by the system, so they are worth fighting for. So we can not only like get those who want to abuse it out, but also find the people who are most qualified to make sure that it's doing what it should be doing.
Exactly, because, hey, maybe there is no point in any of this at all, but god damn it, you gotta try. Because if there's nothing else to hold on to, what future is there for you? This is why we have heroes to even begin with. That's why we have friends and family to rely on to begin with. This is why we even need these community. We may need help from time to time, but that's why it keeps us together. why it keeps us united. And then we see this, like, just like falling into nihilism, or not even trusting in others, having this very cynical outlooks. But this is why I don't even want to see One Punch Man. I mean, hey, it may look cool, but when season 3 rolls around and if Saitama doesn't get the fuck around, actually gets this through this fucking skull to help others instead of focusing more on himself, god damn it, please. Just please stop focusing more on yourself. There is more out in the world. There's more out there in the world when you're not so much focused on yourself, when you're not being selfish or thinking about yourself.
Yeah.
The point is, Final, what you're just saying is something right now Hollywood doesn't believe in, which is why they don't understand why we love heroes. Well, speaking for myself, those characters are there to lift us up when we're at our lowest point, whatever we're going through, to keep us going, to give us hope that these times are rough, but we can fight our way through it. They don't believe that.
Right.
They believe that you should wallow in your pity. You're going to die, so you might as well start digging your grave and lay in it and give up. Just give up. And that's how they believe everybody should be. That's why right now the current
pulling right into the open grave.
Yeah.
Now you
Right.
stay there and think about your purpose in life while I bury your ass in shit and dirt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a good way of putting
you-
it. That is the way that wants to be.
Well, you have
YouTuber
to.
Dave Cullen, he brought this up in
Hold on a
his
second.
YouTube videos that
Yo, Dom.
what these people don't realize.
Hold on a second, Dumps. I don't know his name. Was trying to talk, but we keep interrupting him.
Trooper?
Yeah.
Oh no. I'm good. I'm good. I wanna hear his point before I say anything. Go on.
You can continue, Dom. Yes, continue,
Continue,
Dom.
Thank you. YouTuber Dave Cullen brought this up in even in his more recent videos, because he is covering like science fiction movies like made in the 70s. But in those videos and even before, what these people don't realize is they are bringing back the cynical and nihilistic atmosphere that people were in during the 70s before Star Wars and other movies after it, which helped people to bring them out of that funk.
Dominic, I've watched those videos. I know exactly what you're talking about. Those are good videos. And I solely agree with you. When those, at the time of the early 70s,
Bitch.
all the films were dark and depressing and cynical. And then everything changed in 1977 and in 78 because we got Star Wars and then we got Richard Donner's Superman. So I don't care what anyone says. The reason, when you look back, because Dominic, I've seen those videos, so I know where you're coming from. When you look back at movies prior, particularly with science fiction, prior to Star Wars, everything was dark, depressing, sad, no good. Life is not worth living, and dark. And audiences were tired of that. Hollywood loved it. Because everybody says the 70s is the golden age of cinema. They loved it. But the people themselves, audiences, were tired of it and wanted to be lifted up. And that is why one of the many reasons Star Wars took off the way that it did. Because George Lucas, you can say whatever you want to about him. You can say anybody's writing, whatever. You can say that. George Lucas tapped in the hero's journey, and we need to have fun again. We need to lift people's spirits up. And then it's very funny. Those two films came out right behind each other. And then after that, because I always say to myself, I was a child when I saw Donner's Superman. And let me tell you something. Nothing was more inspirational than the opening of that film where you get John Williams music blasting and you see that big ass come across the screen.
I fucking
I
love
for
that
some
song.
reason I'm thinking about the Supergirl theme or the Supergirl's theme.
Oh, by the way, Wolf, I gotta go to
Say
sleep.
what
Okay,
you-
I got
say what
things
you
to
will
do
about-
tomorrow, so I gotta go.
Wait a minute. Hold on, Dominic. 12,
Well, he's
you
about
have
to
to
head
leave
out.
us?
Yeah, I'll be leaving. I'm getting a
Sign out.
headache and I gotta go to sleep. So, anyways, it's nice talking with you
Yeah.
guys as usual. It's me. I don't know who I am.
The itching snake, man.
That's okay. Pop culture says it's okay to not know who you are.
It's just that I am nothing more than a snake in the grass. Anyways, it's Albertino.
Yeah,
See you.
exactly.
Have yourself a wonderful evening, guys and gal.
Yep.
And nice meeting you, Trooper, again. Oh,
Yeah. Anytime.
bye bye.
Late.
Catch you later.
See ya.
Catch you later.
Catch you. Good night, Weldy. Now, what you were saying, Dominic?
Well, what I was going to say is, oh shoot. Hold on.
That's what I was gonna
Okay.
say.
Hold on. I'll get back to you on that.
No.
Okay. Audiences, I'm not going to talk about audiences, and it looks like they're trying to go back to that because Hollywood hates the fact that pop culture and heroes make us happy. And when people are happy, you can't control them. You can't control the way
son of a
they
bitch.
think. You can't control what they should look at. And audiences in the 70s wanted to
Really now?
escape. Even on television, you had Charlie's Angels, Fantasy Island, The Love Boat. They wanted escapism, but Hollywood refused to do it. They say, no, you've got to Wild Billy. We're going to give you movies over and over again about the Vietnam War, and we're going to keep beating this in you. And they wanted to move on, and they don't get it. That's why
Oh,
the
it's a flying
producers
one. I
now.
thought it was a brute.
Well, I don't know. I think what we're gonna see within the next few years is pretty much going to coincide with the de-dollarization that's going on globally. So pop
thinking
culture
back
will
basi-
follow that part.
I'm thinking back to
So-
this quote from C.S. Lewis here. I'm actually going to read this quote because it is quite
Right.
the paragraph here. Critics who treat adult as a term of approval instead as a merely descriptive term cannot be adults themselves. To be concerned about being grown up, to admire the grown up because it is grown up, to blush at the suspicion of being childish. These things are the marks of childhood and adolescence. And in childhood and adolescence, they are, in moderation, healthy symptoms. Young things ought to want to grow, but to carry on into middle life or even into early manhood, this concern about being adult is a mark of really arrested development. When I was 10, I read fairy tales in secret, and I would have been ashamed if I had been found doing so. Now that I am 50, I read them openly. When I am a man, I put away childish things, including the fear of childishness and the desire to be very grown up.
hmm
Oh, so true.
Blah
You're saying,
blah blah. The man gets
in
his
other
dick
words,
cut off.
definitely-
Yeah. Whatever. Okay.
But yeah, before we see anything inspirational come out of Hollywood, I mean, we're gonna have to go through quote another dark age of all this schlock that's progressively being put out, which will eventually get worse. But I don't necessarily know how long Hollywood can go, given the strength of the dollar is going to be waning. Obviously, as we keep giving money away for the proxy war in Ukraine, and you have rumblings out of Saudi Arabia saying, "Hey, I think we're more than receptive to taking currency other than the dollar." So you're going to see the dollar kind of drop. So we're going to get into more of a recession or a depression. Well, we're already in a depression. So what you might see is you might see just the return of, I want to say, either pre-World War II or World War II era type of stories coming back that you saw in the graphic novels, which would eventually translate into films. So if you remember, Captain America, Wonder Woman, those are all very quote unquote patriotic. Although now that's a bad thing. I think that pendulum swing will be around the corner, but we have to kind of go through all this devaluation before you see anything come out of pop culture that is pro family, pro human, pro life, pro the human spirit, pro hero's journey. Right now, everything is the antithesis right now. So,
Well, I slightly disagree because we actually have gems that have been made. I mean, like in the current era of, well, not filmmaking but entertainment in general. Through the likes of Everything Everywhere All at Once and Top Gun Maverick, just to name those examples, which gives us like uplifting and hopeful stories, and also Cobra Kai. Right, which is the gold standard of how to do a revival.
well, this is true. But I mean, those are few and far between, and we pretty much know that Tom Cruise does tend to have some creative control over his. I don't want to call it intellectual property because it's not, but I mean, technically, I guess the character could technically be considered intellectual property in the fact that he's the actor acting out that character. But and there have been a few gems out there. I mean, Strange New Worlds definitely is that, but you don't see a lot of it. You don't see a lot of it. So what you do see is, what we've, talked about, the last hour or so, which I really should get to bed. But
And we should start wrapping it up.
Yeah. Well,
But yeah.
One last thing I will say as we cap things off is the SJ Hobos like hold on to entertainment, and the overall social and economical climate is waning as things are gradually swinging back to the middle. It may be a slow progress, but it is certainly worth fighting for. Is to remind people
You
that
sit your ass still,
hope
you
is not
goat
a dangerous
bitch.
hope is not a dangerous thing to hold on to. Hope, idealism, and optimism is what kept us alive for years. Conflict
Right.
helps brings out heroes to combat whatever it is that we're facing. And once we go back to the healthy middle, we need to make sure that the pendulum doesn't swing to the other extremist side of the political aisle.
Well, you also have
Broke
to
your
keep in
breastplate,
mind.
bitch.
Well, you also have to keep in mind that it's a false dichotomy. It's more or less to keep the populace more or less in a pseudo debate with each other, as opposed to reaching, populist. Which populism in the root of populism, it's economic, but to keep those populist sentiments out of the psyche of the populace, if you will. I'm this. Well, I'm that. Well, we can definitely
How'd you
agree,
die, man?
right? I'm waiting on Brandon to do that, but he won't. Even though all the stuff comes out with all the papers and all the houses and all that stuff. That's just to discredit him. There's nothing that's going to come out of that. But yeah,
When you get the spoils, all that shit that
it's
broke off
kind
your
of what
ass.
you're seeing. It's almost the same principle as far as
I'm mad.
the jab itself. I mean, that's pretty much done the same thing. It's divided people as far as opinion. I mean, if you look prior to the jab, I mean, people showed up to work sick all the time, and it was one of these things. Oh, you got the you got the curse. You got the typhoid. Stay away from me. But I mean, now it's we treat every sniffle and every cough as, oh my gosh, do you have COVID?
I still gotta take a test every fucking Sunday.
Oh, do you?
Yep.
Oh well, you're still
Every
living
once in a
out there.
while.
I still can't wrap my head around the fact that you're still out there, and that the fact that California has not slid into the ocean.
Man,
Hey, come on, man.
So-
Oh, yeah, true.
And
Come on,
man.
be reminded.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm
Man,
in middle.
if
I'm in middle of
California break
America,
off
so-
from the U.S., I'm gonna fucking conquer that fucking state.
You
Oh
know,
my God.
I have a
I'll
a
be
milk
leading
for a
every
governor.
fucking military outfit that's still around and any other law enforcement that's not corrupt, and say fuck all these motherfuckers. We're gonna take over this shit with military might and patriotism, and all those who hold dear in holy matrimony, and they'll have to answer to us if they want to get on back to the United States.
Hey,
Because
instead of
we'll be the
sending all
ones
our
building
money,
the fucking boats.
instead of sending all our money to Zelensky, you know, I am of the. I am also. I
Dethrone
agree.
Newsom.
I agree with the sentiment. We should be throwing our money to quote liberate Canada.
For reals.
That's a hot mess over there. If you saw any of the articles that are coming out, you know, you've got this one province that is already starting to decriminalize illegal substances, and I'm thinking to myself, man, that can only end up in a deep dark place. And I just see, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger's Running Man, you know, just coming to life. So, but that's kind of where we're at too, anyway. You know, we're kind of in this Running Man scenario as it is. We're in this consumerist society already, where we pretty much consume almost anything. I mean, if you look at MILF Manor, I mean, we're talking about these
Oh my
50-year-old
God.
females filling up on each other's kids. So, I mean,
Oh God.
we're
Yeah,
kind of there.
but
We're
it's
kind
not.
of there.
I mean, we're not just going through a Running Man scenario, but also Demolition Man.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh. So if you ever, and you'll have to excuse me as I speak, because I've somehow managed to pick up these short O's and oohs and uhs and all that stuff from being out here. But no, talking about Demolition Man. So if you look at everything that's happened, you know, within the last few years with the World Economic Forum and, you know, thou shalt eat the bugs and all that stuff, and you watch Demolition Man now, it takes on a whole different tone. Completely different tone. It's, you know, and we talk about predictive programming, and you watch that film and it really does feel like predictive programming. It really does, because
Hey, look who else has come back. Dread 2012 Death. My man. Where you
but
been?
yeah, I saw Demolition Man not too long ago. I want to say I saw it probably about a month ago. I just pulled out the DVD and just kind of watched it, and I'm watching it, and now everything that I know with the Lab Stab and the World Economic Forum and
Also,
And-
political correctness running amok, which
right,
which pretty much started like in the middle and late 2000s when Obama like became president.
yes, it's when you pretty much started to see the elites pretty much start to kind of solidify their grip on where everything is right now. I mean, they've been doing it for decades, but I mean, we're kind of almost at the zenith right now. But I mean, the rats are kind of fleeing the ship when it comes to this pincushion stab. But and I mean, you look at it now, and you look at, you know, gosh, I'm trying to think of what it's called, pre-crime. Yeah, if you look at pre-crime and all that stuff.
Minority Report.
Minority Report, yeah.
All that stuff. Yeah, you look at all that stuff, and you know, you're watching Demolition Man. This is all the stuff that they're literally trying to work towards. You know, and if you don't want to eat the bugs, you don't want to eat the fine dining at Taco Bell, you'll probably be underground eating rat burgers with the rest of society. So,
How many times have we told you people these works of fiction are cautionary tales? They're not instruction manuals.
oh yeah, try telling it to the elite, but yeah, so you know, and you know, we're slowly getting away from sex and stuff like that, and having kids and all that stuff. I mean, that's all out there. So, and this is all happening here in the United States. Like, I mean, like I said, we're pushing all these narratives. And you watch Demolition Man, and you watch a main character try to quote unquote copulate with the spunky female sidekick, and it's like, oh my gosh, this is literally what they're kind of pushing towards. So,
I mean, we got
You
VR
mean-
headsets.
you mean fluid exchanges? Ew. It's like, yeah. So I mean, we're definitely going there. So, but
which is why we need to push back.
yes.
You
I
still
mean,
wanna put
eventually
the
you'll
dick in the
see.
pussy.
Eventually you'll see some of the populace push back, and of course you'll see some of the other populace just kind of go with it, because I mean, what else is there when they're already starting to kind of roll out the cure to myocarditis? So may cause a case of the died suddenlies. So you're seeing a lot of that now, which is funny, because prior to all this, you didn't really see a lot of that, but
Yeah.
now you do. But we can't equate one with the other just yet. So right now, video games can cause heart attacks. Cold showers can cause heart attacks. Excessive exercise can cause heart attacks.
Fucking bullshit.
I'm trying to think of everything under the sun that can cause a heart attack. So,
I've been
Well-
hearing some fucking articles about a lot of bullshit that they keep bringing out. And I'm like, fucking
yeah.
bullshit.
Well, being a
Come on,
natural
man.
woman is now deep defensive.
What's
So
What'd you say?
I said now being a natural woman is now deemed offensive. So you can't be a natural woman.
Which is bull crap.
Which is bullshit. Anything can be anything. I can still call it a bitch.
So in other words, if you're not willing to date a dude in a dress, it's now considered transphobic. So
And I will call you a bitch.
you should want to date your own gender. So, but
Why would I do that? That's counterproductive.
I
No
just
offense
hate
to
the
my
fact.
friend.
I just
So,
hate the
yeah.
fact-
Boy from high school.
So wait, I just had an idea. So now that they're going after Aretha's music, does that mean that what's her head? Who did the movie? I can't think of her name right now.
Jennifer Hudson.
Yeah, does that mean
Vinny
Jennifer
Houston?
Hudson is now going to disavow doing the movie? Like, I mean, where does this stop? Where does it stop? She's gonna be like, "Oh, I didn't understand. I didn't know." So you're gonna.
Look,
Oh
you can't
my goodness.
you can't satisfy these vocal minorities within a minority.
Yeah.
They're crybabies.
Yeah. So yeah, you might see that. You might see them go after the movie. So it's like you'll see a lot of weird stuff before any of this stuff like starts to go away. So we'll see.
Well, I hope people wake up and start fighting against it because it's just plain common sense, and they're trying to change or rewrite what is common sense, what is natural and given. I hate this war on femininity. I hate this war on femininity. Now you
Yeah,
can't be
because
a woman.
apparently,
Now you gotta look
apparently
like a
to
god.
them, universal truths are just now a joke to them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they prescribe themselves to the philosophy of postmodernism and moral relativism, which has done more harm than good to not just Western civilization but also other facets of the world.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but we're getting the brunt of it over here.
In fact,
Yeah.
here's one universal truth for you guys. You guys, it's just now suddenly like it's just living in fear. You guys are just living in fear. Why? Like fear of change. Like a lot of say they fear change. Okay. Here's one universal truth, widely accepted. Fear is your servant, not your master.
Yes, Good point. That is a very good point. Good one.
Well,
That being said, I'd like to thank everybody for being here. Those 5 of you.
Mm-hmm.
A lot. And
Oh, I'm ready to crash. I'm ready to crash.
Yeah. And most certainly
yes.
most certainly for those who are ready to go to bed. I gotta get ready for work tomorrow anyway.
Well,
so
I got to get up early. We'll see how this.
we all
We'll
do.
see how this goes.
Yes, we all got to take care of our business.
It's
have
Friday
to
tomorrow,
raise-
so we'll see how this really goes. But
look,
yeah, like
we'll keep our outro short and sweet, okay?
shut up.
Sure.
I say when we're done.
Oh, I say we're done now. So.
Thanks for visiting, Match. But yeah, those 5 fluctuating 5 of you and those nonsense motherfuckers that kept popping in and out. I thank everybody for sharing their topics and their thoughts and what's been on our minds lately. Sorry to be delaying this whole stream. A lot of things had happened. Not an excuse really. I should went on ahead as planned as I usually do, but it happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
So thank you, our returning friend. Though don't get too used to him, guys. It's gonna be rare for him to come by from Occupy Balmora. That planet is far away. The man, the myth, the Trooper FN 2525.
It's been great. Kind of dropping in for a hot minute over here in the snow-capped mountains of Balmora. So it's always fun. It's always fun talking to you guys. I should probably do it more. Like I said, if I can at least peel away from being a workaholic, I think I can do it more often. So we'll see. But yeah, stay free. Don't eat the bugs, and I'm trying to think of what else you need to do. Yes, invest in gold. Invest in gold, and buy her something expensive. Buy her something expensive this year. Buy her some eggs.
Oh my god.
Fuck Roses to get some eggs. The Leia Valor, as usual, with her sweet self. Leia plus size.
You are too kind, Commander. Well, this is Leia Plus Size, your lovely lady of Valor, and I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. Again, and I'm happy Trooper, our special guest star, came back to say hello to us. He's always welcome back here. And I want to thank all of you for joining us for this free topic. Now, again, if you have a free topic that you want us to tackle, please leave it in the comments below. I'm sure Wolf will appreciate that. As you can see, no topic is left off the table with us. And for all my pals who are in the Northeast or East, stay warm. We're trying to stay warm. I'm here in Michigan, and it is the Hoth planet right now. Okay.
Oh, damn.
Yes, it is. It is freezing here, so the tauntauns would be very needed here right now. So all of you stay warm, and until I see you next weekend, you all have a good night.
Everybody loves the Michigan brand. Everybody loves the Michigan brand. Humana.
Hey, Wolf, don't make me get the spray.
Hey, ladies. Yeah. What's colder than cold? Ice cold.
You better believe it.
Yes.
The Warrior of Light. And always the man of inspirational speeches, unlike the fearless leader himself, Final Fantasy Fan 12.
Well, that about does it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you saw, click like, subscribe, and share with your family and friends. And make sure you ring that notification bell. That way you get notified of our latest videos. Go subscribe to Wolf10 Media if you haven't already. Go subscribe to me if you haven't already. I'd like to thank Trooper for joining in on us for this special video. And once again, thank you guys so much for watching. This is Final Fantasy Fan 12 signing off. And remember, may the light forever shine upon us.
He is ever the man from up top. And always usually the top one anyways. The Hound of the South. Donic Powell. Wait, we don't have a... Oh, shit. Donic Powell, damn it.
Well, thank you everybody for joining us in tonight's open topic live stream. If you like what you see here, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And like as everyone said, Trooper, it's always good to see you again. Hopefully, we see you in the future.
Yep.
And to everyone here, and to everyone that has been following us for a good long while. Hope you all have a good rest of your night. And this is the Hound of South, Dominic Powell signing off. And one last thing to say is, keep hope, idealism, and optimism alive. They're not a dangerous thing to hold on to.
Buy her a carton of eggs.
Oh my god.
And milk. Lots of milk.
Every
Don't forget
gift
the steak.
begins with eggs.
Eggs are the new Bitcoin.
Pretty soon they're gonna be currency everywhere.
Oh,
Yes.
you know it.
Catch
gonna
a
be-
chicken. Catch
Yeah.
a chicken, damn it.
Oh yeah, no, I've got a friend who's going to be investing in about 50 chicks this summer. So
This is Royal Commander Wolf Tan once again remind you guys that you are the UN Spacey. Welcome to the Wolf Fleet.